Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So in today's video, we're going to be killing Araxxor for 10 hours and see how much loot we can get. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys the gear that I'm going to be using, and then we'll go over some of the recommended setups on the wiki. So this is the gear that I personally take. We've got the Slayer helmet, torture, fire cape, we have bolt racks. The Abyssal Bludgeon is the best weapon I personally have, and then we've got bandos, for ferocious gloves, primordial boots, and I like the light bearer for specs. If not, obviously take a better ring. For my ranged switch here, I just have the Corel's crossbow, and then I also bring the Dragon Warhammer for speccing down the boss. So the inventory looks something like this. I have an extended anti-venom, also super combat potions. We have the two other weapons here at the top. I bring a couple of prayer potions, depending on how many kills you typically get. I usually do 2 or 3 kills a trip. I know some people can do a lot more than that, but yeah, I usually do about 2 to 3 kills a trip. So I just bring a few prayer potions and then some food so I can do some combo eating. Also, we have a method to get there. We're going to be using the Draken's Medallion, also the Divine Rune Pouch so that we can cast Thralls that will help with the DPS throughout the fight, and then obviously the Book of the Dead to cast Thralls, and an escape to kind of bank. So here's some other gear setups that you can use if you don't have what I'm wearing, or you might have even better, right? So obviously like the scythe would be best in slot here. I unfortunately don't have the Soul Reaper axe or the Inquisitor's mace either, so the next best for me would be the Abyssal Bludgeon, and you kind of just go down the list here and pick what is best for you. As you can see, I also have the worst ring that you could be taking here. I don't have Elder Mauler claws for the spec, right? You know, like I definitely could make some gear upgrades, but we get the job done. Now, during the Araxxor fight, you will get 3 minions that will come out. The green one, I personally just ignore. The white one, I use a ranged weapon to kind of deal with him, the mirrorback one, and then the red one can actually help you out sometimes. So for example, the white one, the wiki says you can use vengeance to get rid of it super easy. If you see this video right here, when the white guy does come out, you can cast vengeance and pretty much one-shot him that way. If not, you're gonna have to switch over to range and use a heavy ballista, or even something like the Corel's crossbow is what I'm using, or some people are even using the sunlight crossbow. The red guy is fairly nice, actually. When he comes out at you and he comes up to attack you, you can run away from him, and he'll actually deal 80 damage to the boss if you time it right. Araxxor will require level 92 Slayer, and you will obviously need to be on a task to kill the boss. Okay, so how do we actually get over to the Araxxor boss? There's a couple different ways. The method that I personally use is by using the Draken's Medallion over to the Theater of Blood here, and then running completely north down this path over to the Spider Cave. You have about 30-40 energy left by the time you get here. Another option is using ALQ Fairy Ring, and then pretty much running south, crossing the bridge here towards the Spider Cave. This might be a little bit quicker, but will obviously require some diaries if you don't want to bring a Drayman staff. Now, obviously the fastest option is by just simply using a Spider Cave teleport, and then you will get inside of the cave right here. Once you do get in the cave, you still have to run northwest to get up to the actual Araxxor boss, and you want to pray melee and have anti-poison in here as well, because you can get hit some damage before you enter the boss. Okay, so I'll show you the route that I take. I use the Draken's Medallion and teleport myself over to the Theater of Blood. Click pretty much where the bridge is, and then you can simply AFK the whole time. I found by spam clicking, sometimes I would click here and click there and end up walking back and forth. So if you click by the bridge, it'll just pretty much walk you right there. And from here, just continue north as well. And we're almost to the cave. Now, sometimes in between trips, I'll wait a little bit and get some energy back, but you don't use too much energy killing Araxxor. So at the end of the day, you can run in with like 30 energy and still easily get the kill. But yeah, we're just going to continue running north past this area right here, and you should start to see a ton of people outside of the cave. That is one thing that is fairly annoying about this boss. If you do not have the spider cave teleports, it can be a little frustrating to get to the boss because it does take a very long time. And as you can see, we have about 30 run energy when we get to the cave. Okay, so I'll show you a basic example kill where I try and use like the least amount of food as possible. And what I've been pretty much doing throughout the entire 10 hours of killing Araxxor. So I start by putting Prey from Melee on when I get into the caves here, and I pot up so that I won't get venomed from the little Araxxites that walk through here. And then when you squeeze through the web, you will actually be starting the boss fight. So I walk up towards here and we'll cast a Thrall. Put on my prayers and spec the boss. A 0. Nice. Off to a great start. So just like that. And then we just try and do as much DPS as possible. And we'll try and avoid his special attacks and take advantage of the red spiders. So for now, we just kind of wait until he does a special. And then we want to move out of the way of that. So this is special. We need to move out of the way. That one we kind of didn't time properly enough. So we kind of took a little bit of damage there. Like I said, I try and ignore the green spiders. You can kill them if you want, but I just found it to take more time than it actually kind of helped with. I do try and take care of the mirrorback, the white ones right here. So I'll switch over to the range weapon, and you can two-shot them with range. And just easy like that. We'll head back to melee. Now, there's definitely more efficient ways you could be killing this boss, but this has been working for me with not the best gear in the game, right? Which is something a lot of people like about my guides, is where I do not have the best of the best gear, and we still get the job done. To be safe, we'll drink a prayer potion, move out of the way of that red guy, and the boss took 80 damage from the red spider. Because I wasn't paying attention, we missed a poison splat where we could have walked out of the way, but it is what it is. This is why I really like the double foods. You could just quickly eat and right back to 80 HP with nothing to really worry about. As you can see, when the Araxxor does that and he has the green ends at his fingers, or at his legs, I guess, he's in his final form, and you just want to move out of the way. I think you just have to move one square out of the way to stop getting damaged. Just like that. I kind of just walk around him. Some people walk back, but you can just walk around him. And yeah, the final form is honestly the easiest part of this fight. But keep an eye out, because the red guys sometimes come in here and like to mess up your day. If he's this low HP, I usually don't worry about the mirrorback, but you can if you like. As you can see, we're taking more damage than we usually would because I'm talking and trying to explain everything. But yeah, you just got to move out of the way and not get hit by the legs, and that's pretty much about it. It's a very easy fight to do, and like I said, I can easily get 2 to 3 kill trips, no problem at all. 1700 Slayer XP as well, and yeah, 288 kills so far. And the cool thing about it is, when you do finally kill Araxxor, you can just leave him like this for a while, and you can, you know, restore, and you don't have to worry about like panic and doing it all at once before he respawns. So I can like get my prayer back up, you know, eat a couple pieces of food to prepare myself for the next fight, and then we will harvest the loot. Very nice that you can do this with this boss. Nice, 2 dragon maces. Also, you always want to recast your Thrall. I kind of forgot to do that throughout the fight, but yeah, maybe this time we will spec the... Oh, didn't even have the prayer on, but maybe we will spec the boss a little this time, a little more. So he'll switch his like little poison special attack every fight, right? To a different way of doing it. It's still the same poison, but you kind of just have to react differently. So this one, we kind of messed up that one here with the red spider, but so we'll see. He's gonna do it here. This one, you just gotta move out of the way. All of them, you just have to move out of the way, but some are very different. One, poison follows you. You have to kind of walk until it's done. But yeah, as long as you move out of the way of the poison, you won't take a lot of damage. Yeah, this kill we used like 2 pieces of food. The first one we kind of were eating a lot for some reason, but like, yeah, I've gotten like 5-6 kill trips before, but I typically say get 3 or 4 kills a trip to be safe with it. Yeah, we can easily get another kill this trip as well. Yeah, with the supplies we have, but let's check. A loop, half of a key. Alright, so what you have all been waiting for, the actual loot from 10 hours of killing Araxxor. This was split up over a few weeks actually, because I needed to get another task, and that kind of takes a while to get the Araxxor task sometimes. But thank God for Runelite, because it tracked all of my kills. So within the 10 hours of slaying Araxxor, we gained 248 kills, netting us about 11.5 million GP. Now that sounds terrible, and it is because it is, but it's because you need to land the drops to actually make money. And throughout this hour I got parts of the halberd, right? But once you get all 3 parts of the halberd and you make it, you can sell this thing for 47 million GP on the Grand Exchange right now. Or if you get lucky enough to get the Araxxite Fang as a drop, which will make the best in slot amulet of Rancor, this thing goes for a lot of money, currently about 63 million. So the thing about Araxxor is you pretty much only make a lot of money when you do land big on the drops, but other than that, the other drops can still make you a consistent little bit of money with the alchables, the runes. The seeds are also very nice, and there's some supply drops which can be great if you are an Ironman, like the raw sharks. We got raw monkfish, logs. There's a lot of good resource drops for Ironman accounts, and of course you get the spider cave teleports and other useful drops as well from Araxxor. But yeah, during the 10 hours as well, we gained 423,000 Slayer experience, which is pretty good. I mean, in 10 hours, I mean, what is that, like 40 something K Slayer XP per hour, which, you know, it's not amazing, but it's better than some tasks in the game. I would say it's fairly good for a boss. And also we gained like millions of strength XP in the process. I didn't even track it all, but yeah, overall I actually really like killing Araxxor. I think it is a fairly fun boss, and the mechanics are still challenging to where sometimes I look away from the screen for a second and I die. So usually when I have an Araxxor task, I log out of all my other accounts and just focus on this, because yeah, it can still be intense from time to time, but I do really like the boss. As for my collection log with the boss, we have killed Araxxor 289 times, and we've gotten fairly lucky, I would say, with some of the drops. We're 6 out of the 10 for the collection log. Obviously, we're missing the pet, and we need the Fang, which is kind of what I really want. But if we get the Noxious Point, we can make a staff, which will be very, very nice, and we can use the Noxious Halberd at tons of other bosses and other content in the game. We've also got the Araxxite head and the jar of venom already. Well, I would definitely recommend you do your Araxxor tasks, because they're a lot of fun and you have the potential to make a lot of money and better yourself at PVM. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Let me know down in the comments below other monsters or bosses you'd like me to kill for 10 hours, and I'll make a video for you. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.